Hello and welcome to Health Q&A Monday. My name is Gil Stannard. I'm a naturopath and health and happiness coach, and I'm here to answer your questions. I've got a couple of questions today. One is from Natalie who says, please do something on oils. I'm totally confused. And a more specific question from Tanya, who writes, with a lot of press at the moment saying eat full fat and avoid low fat, what should I do? I'm aware low fat yogurt has more sugar, but I'm not sure switching to full fat is the answer for those with high cholesterol like me. Great questions. And there is so much confusion out there at the moment. So firstly, the full fat, low fat issue around dairy is really straightforward and I don't think particularly controversial. Low fat dairy foods have to be manipulated. When you take the fat out, you often lose taste. So sweeter products will have more sugar, savoury products will often have more salt. Neither, in my book, are health foods. I would suggest if you genuinely don't have an intolerance or allergy to either the protein or the sugar in dairy foods, then eat it in moderation, go for quality over quantity and go for full fat, but eat less of it. If you like the idea of having less fat in your dairy, here's a really cheap and clever tip that came from Weight Watchers before these products were on the market. It is dilute 50-50. So get full fat milk, dilute it 50% with good, clean, pure water, keep it in the fridge. With your butter, an equal quantity of the butter and some tepid water, whizzed and put into a container in the fridge, makes spreadable butter. Both with 50% less fat, but the other parts of the constituents of the dairy foods haven't been changed except for reduced by 50%. And it saves you money. So vegetable oils, meat, fish, what do you do for fats and oils? Well, firstly, oils are actually quite good for us. I would never suggest we go back to Pritikin diet days. I did meet early in practice somebody who claimed they were a Pritikin vegan, which basically meant they had absolutely no oils in their diet and their skin was appalling. So it's not about being afraid of fat, but it's about let's have some common sense here. One of the reasons why full fat, saturated fat and animal products are in the news is largely driven by the paleo diet movement, which encourages people to eat as much animal food as they like, as long as they avoid carbohydrates. Now, one of their claims to fame is actually true. Most people who follow it, and it's actually quite a tough one to follow, but if you follow it, you will lose weight. That is because when your body no longer has sugar or starches to break down as carbohydrates into fuel sources, your body breaks down its body fat, and that's called ketosis. It's actually not a pleasant thing to go through, and you don't smell that great when that happens. Now, that issue aside, there's the question, can you be skinny on the outside but fat on the inside? And so far we think, yes, you can. And this is a guinea pig generation, the paleo generation. If this is your belief and you follow it to the letter, well, fine. However, I'm not convinced that it's a diet that will not come with cardiovascular effects as you get older. So that leaves us with fish, which I think is a great source if you're a fish eater for oils. Please be aware though, in Australia and New Zealand, that most of our, say salmon for example, is farmed. Now, because they eat different foods and have different activities than salmon in the wild, their oil profile's not that great. So a lot of people tend to only eat salmon, but unless you can access wild salmon, which is probably going to be imported from overseas, or eat the canned salmon, which is designated wild Alaskan salmon or similar, that's fine. Sardines, which you can get canned or fresh, fantastic source of fish oils. Cooking oils or just leaving them in the sun will denature them. And this is the only downside around vegetable oils, as well as obviously saturated fats, is we still believe that denaturing of the oil, the breaking of the bonds, can cause free radical damage, which is all the bad things that can happen in the body. So what do you do? Okay, common sense. That's my message today. If a diet sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you're going to eat full fat, saturated foods, then have them in moderation. If you're cooking them, grill, bake, poach, and keeping frying, particularly shallow frying or deep frying, to an absolute minimum. Embrace oils on your salad dressings. Try to avoid genetically modified oils because, once again, we're a guinea pig generation. It may be fine, but we don't have the evidence to say that it will be. And it's up to you whether you want to be the guinea pig or not. So let's just get back to old-fashioned common sense. Like Michael Pollan says, eat food, mainly plants. Everything else, have in moderation and enjoy what you eat. So, hope you like my answers. So I'm really happy to be proven wrong when there's evidence to support it. You can write me, coaching@gilstannard.com.au, and ask your own question. Tweet me at HerbalGill or contact me through my website, gilstannard.com.au. While you're there, check out the resources. I've got heaps of videos, great recipes, and lots of articles on all sorts of health issues. See you soon.